All right, so today we're going to be doing some easy DIYs, modern inspired. These are going to be mostly items from the Dollar Tree. For this first one, I'm starting out with these wood planks from the Dollar Tree and then the Jenga blocks. This one is real simple. We're going to make like a lantern, like a faux lantern. And this square plank from the Dollar Tree works out great with the Jenga blocks because it matches up. So I'm just really gluing them. You want to make sure they're nice and straight, and you want to make sure that not too much glue gets through. You can also use wood glue, but it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. The hot glue is quick and easy. But once I had the base, then I'm just going to make kind of that same square with the Jenga blocks. And again, you want to make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm just going to do it just the same pattern that I used on the base. I'm just going to glue those together, and I'm going to make a few of those to finish off the lantern. And once all of your little squares are together and they all match up nice, then you can go on to the next step. You want to connect them. So to connect them, you can use a bunch of different things. You can use popsicle sticks. You can use wooden dowels from the Dollar Tree. You can use skewers from the Dollar Tree. You can use a bunch of different things. I'm just going to continue to use the Jenga blocks, and I'm going to put them in each corner, putting glue on whatever part is going to be facing. And you just want to make sure everything is nice and lined up so that you can kind of squeeze over the top of the next square. So once you have all that lined up, you'll put a little bit of glue, and then you can just pull it up over it. Like you can push it down over it, put on the glue, or you can do it another way where you can put on the glue and then push it down. But once you have that, then you'll go on to the next level and you'll just do it again. So you just keep building up until you get it to the final what you want it to be. And like you can see, it's real easy. As long as you've made them all the same size and you lined them up nice, it's real easy to connect them. And then you see I did mine with about basically 4. So including the base, it's going to be 4 lined up the first one. And you see these little gaps. They're not really gaps because they line up, but there's lines. You can fill that in with some kind of wood filler. But I didn't. I just left mine like that, and then I painted it. You can also stain it too. You can do it whichever way you want. And then I'm just taking this Dollar Tree rope. I burned the rope just to get rid of all the little frayed things. It didn't give it kind of like a distressed look too. And you can burn the ends too to make sure they stay together real nice. And then I'm just going to give it like a handle, because lanterns always have something to carry them with, or So I'm just going to give it the little rope handle. You can go elaborate with this. You can make it top. You can do all kind of different things. But this is just nice and simple, and put a candle in it. I would put a faux candle, and this is it. All right, now for this next one, this is placemats. These are from Walmart, but the wreath ring is from the Dollar Tree. I just painted it gold to go along with the placemats. I have so many of these placemats. I brought them from Walmart, and they were really inexpensive. And then I'm just making a piece of wall decor. So you can make this into different pieces. So you can have like a really large piece of wall decor, or you could just make a singular one like I did. Now you can hot glue these down, and you just have to put something there to hold it in place because it is on a curve, and you want to make sure that you don't use your hand to do it because it has a bunch of holes in it. Or you can zip tie it down, which is going to be easier to do than hot gluing it because you don't have to worry about all the curves. But you'll zip tie it. You'll zip tie the pieces together. I use 4 placemats in total, but you'll zip tie all the things together, and you just cut off the tails at the back. And you don't have to worry about anything to hang it because it already has the pieces on the back. So you could just hang it real nice and easy. Touched up the little zip ties, and this is how it came out. Now for this one, another simple one, and items from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using the napkin ring holders and these cups. These cups come in 2 parts. So you'll get the base of it, and you'll get the top part of the cups. And you can see it's not that tall of a cup, but I think it'll make a good candle holder. So I'm just going to take it, open it up, and use the napkin rings. So you'll just put those over the little stick of the cup there as it's turned upside down. And then just glue it as much to the center as possible. And then I stacked another one on top of that one, and then hot glue that and then hold it in place while it dries so that it's nice and secure, and then it looks something like that. And then you can put the top on. If you don't want to use these bases for the top, you can use something else for the top right there, but I just thought this was quick, easy, and simple, and it gave that modern look. And then I hit it with some spray paint, and this is how it came out. One. I know you may not have as many cardboard tubes as I have, so I'll put a link for some from Amazon that you can get. But I have these. If you have a Cricut and you get the vinyl, it comes in this, but I order my vinyl wholesale and they come in these, like on these tubes, so I just save them for, you know, just in case. So I have so many of them, but I'm just lining them up to make a circle. I'm just using that as a base. You don't have to. You can put something in the middle to give this extra sturdiness. You can put more cardboard tubes in the middle, but it was good enough on its own that I really didn't need to do that. But I'm just using that metal piece as a just to help me keep the shape. But I'm just going to hot glue these tubes together. Again, you can use a different kind of glue. It just might take longer to dry. I'm just pressing them in place until they stick real nice. And I'm just going around in the circle. Once my circle is complete, it looks like this. And it kind of gives you that fluted look that the furniture pieces have. And then I'm just taking a piece of cardboard. You can double this up too if you want it to be just even sturdier, but this was fine. I hot glued all around the top of the rings and then placed the cardboard on top. Let that glue down for a little bit, and then I just cut around. So you're going to be cutting into the dips and the cracks and all that and stuff. If you don't want, you can just make a nice circle. You can use a wood base top if you want it and have like that fluted bottom. You can do this in so many different ways, but this was just real easy and simple. And then it kind of keeps that shape, but using the cardboard with the wooded top, it would just have kind of like a little low side table. You can do this in so many different ways. I took caulk from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fill in, because you can see the lines on the cardboard tubes there. I'm just going to fill in and make everything kind of look like one piece and give it a lot of texture. You can also use textured paint at this point, which would be a lot less messy than doing it this way. But this way I get into all the cracks, because if you did that with textured paint, you would have to make it really thick with the baking soda and stuff to get into the cracks between the top and the thing there. You can smooth this out if you want, you know, just take a little water, your finger, and smooth out all those lines while it's still a little moist. But I left mine like that for the texture, and it kind of gave it like that modern boho look too. I wanted to do kind of an ombre effect with the paint, but then I didn't like it so much. So then I came back in with black, and I just covered the whole thing in black. But you can have fun with this and do it all kind of different ways. But this is how it came out, and we made a little plant stand. Now for this one, you can do this one. I have a ring, like I have a ring set. You can get you a ring from the Dollar Tree and these butterfly stickers from the Dollar Tree. But I had this leftover ring from Target, from the Target dollar spot that I had got, and I liked that it had the little love in there. And originally it had like little flowers on it. It was like something for spring. But I kept it because I liked the way the sign was, and I had seen a piece that had the butterflies on it and the simple metal ring, but I like the love sign. So if you wanted to do a sign like I have, you can get a ring and you can get a nice little sign from the Dollar Tree. You can do this with wire bending. So you get you a thick wire and you can bend it up and make your own sign. So many different ways you can do this, but mine was already done, and I'm just going to take the butterflies. I cut out and kept the plastic base so that they had a bit more stiffness to them. So I didn't take off the plastic backing, but I took and I cut them out all around the edges as best as I could. And then I'm just hot gluing them randomly. You can do it whatever pattern. You can do a bunch more, you can do less, you can do however you want. You can customize this, but it just gives you that nice fun girly look to me, and this would be great for a nice little wall piece. So once I did that and all that dried, then I just came in with some spray paint and I spray painted it down. You could leave it like that for fun, but this is how mine came out.